Okay, now we're gonna learn how to make a mitered corner, and I'm gonna show you one that's already finished first, and then we're going to do it. So this is a mitered corner. It's a beautiful 90-degree corner with a seam in it, and this is the back fabric. So this is the fabric that I'm using for my back. So we're gonna pretend that this is the pink. Here's my mitered corner. So this is the top piece. I'm going to be showing you how to make this corner, and when we turn it inside out, bingo, look at that. It makes a beautiful mitered corner. And then we're just going to be taking our top fabric later on and tucking it in. And look at that beautiful corner. And it's so simple. So let's show you how to do that. So we're going to take our fabric that we just cut out that was 45 inches long, and we're going to fold it in half so that the 4 outer corners of my blanket are together. So here's my fold line. I don't care about this. Here's my 4 outer corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you make sure all 4 corners are aligned together, and then you put them at the corner of your cutting board, right like that. And I'm gonna cut off either 3 1/4 or 3 1/2, either one's okay. We're gonna take a triangle. We're gonna cut this tip off. So here's 1, 2, 3, and there's a 1/4. And we're gonna check it this way too. So from the corner, 1, 2, 3, and 1/4. So I've got it 3 1/4 this way, 1, 2, 3 1/4, and 1, 2, 3 1/4 this way. Now when you press, you have to go through 4 layers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to press a little bit harder. Look at that. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I did this right, when we open this up, the 4 outer corners should have a triangle cut off the edge, and it does. All 4 corners have the tip cut off. Okay, does everybody see that? So now we have to start making the mitered corner. So to make the mitered corner, you want all the fabric on your left side. And you're gonna take the fabric and you're going to be folding it towards you, and you're going to take this point and fold it over here to this point. So this is the triangle you cut off. So you're just going to take this and fold it over here. Does everybody see that? We're going to do it a couple of times. I don't want this fabric to move. So I'm going to put 2 pins in it, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put a seam on it. This happens to be exactly 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to use that as my guide, and I'm just going to take my felt pin and draw across here. And this is going to be a stitching line. So that's what a finished corner looks like before we go to the sewing machine. So we're going to repeat that. So you just turn it and put all the fabric on your left side, and then you fold this corner over to this corner. So I'm just folding it towards me. Okay. And putting 2 pins in it. And then putting in my seam. So it's 5/8 of an inch, and this is where I'm going to be stitching. Okay, So we're going to do that again. You just turn the fabric, and all the fabric's on your left side, and then you move the fabric towards you to take this part of the triangle that we chopped off over to this edge, and put your 2 pins in it, and then mark your seam. And we've only got 1 more to go. And you are going to be amazed at how perfect these mitered corners come out and how simple they are. So all my fabric is on the left side, and where the triangle was cut off, you're just folding it towards you. Then we're going to be taking this over to the sewing machine, and we are going to stitch on those lines. And it's really important when you stitch to not be skimpy and stitch over here on this side. If anything, you want to stitch right on it or on the other side of it, because you want a nice deep seam. And when we stitch, you're going to be putting this into your sewing machine with the folded edge, and you're going to back stitch at the folded edge and then just run it off the fabric. You don't want to back stitch on this raw edge, because we may have to take out a stitch or 2 to adjust our mitered corner. So you're going to back stitch and run off the fabric. So I'm going over to the sewing machine.